Once again, a very good evening to you, Your Excellency, and to the distinguished dignitaries on the dais. Xin Chao Kak Bang. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and may I request you to please take your seats. And a very warm welcome to Your Excellency once again, and to the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, and the distinguished business delegation accompanying His Excellency. And now, it's my privilege to request Dr. Naushad Forbes, Vice President of the Confederation of Indian Industry, to please come to the podium and moderate the session. Dr. Forbes, sir.
Your Excellency, Mr. Nguyen Tan Dung, Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Mr. Speesch, the Minister for New and Renewable Energy, Power, Coal in the Government of India, Mr. Vu Tien Loc, the President of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, friends from FICCI and ASSOCHAM, distinguished business delegates from Vietnam and business colleagues from India, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. May I now invite Mr. Shantanu Srivastava, the Chairman of the India-ASEAN Business Promotion Council of ASSOCHAM, to give his welcome address.
Your Excellency, Mr. Nguyen Tan Dung, the Honorable Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Your Excellency, Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Honorable Minister for Renewable Energy, Power and Coal, Government of India, Your Excellency, Mrs. Preeti Saran, Ambassador of India to Vietnam, Your Excellency, Mr. To Sing Thang, Ambassador of Vietnam to India, Your Excellency, Mr. Vu Tien Loc, President BCCI, Honorable Mr. Siddharth Birla, President FICCI, Honorable Mr. Naushad Forbes, Vice President CII, Honorable Senior Ministers from Vietnam, visiting dignitaries from Vietnam, representatives of the Indian industry and trade, members of the press, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Chúng tôi rất hân hạnh được chào mừng và đón tiếp Ngài Nguyen Tan Dung, Thủ tướng của Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam tại Ấn Độ. On behalf of the Indian business community, I would like to extend a warm welcome in India to Excellency Mr. Nguyen Tan Dung, the Honorable Prime Minister of Vietnam, and the accompanying delegation of senior ministers, government officials and business leaders. The visit of Honorable Prime Minister, accompanied by a large business delegation, and the august presence of His Excellency Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Honorable Minister in this meeting today, is a testimony to our mutual and cherished desire to further strengthen and expand our business and trade relations. I remember having the honor of meeting Your Excellency during your historic visit to India in July 2007, during which both countries signed the landmark Agreement for Strategic Partnership. History has shown that India and Vietnam are true friends who have cooperated closely for centuries. For India, the strategic partnership with Vietnam is undoubtedly important and figures prominently in our Act East program. The Indian people have great admiration for the people of Vietnam for their strong sense of discipline, capability to sacrifice, and a deep commitment to their national cause. The collective memory and history of rich connections and exchanges through trade, culture, religious influences, and ideas provide a solid foundation for India-Vietnam partnership. The bond between the two countries has been revitalized by the endeavors of several generations of leaders from both countries, and this positive trend continues even today. Changes in the global geopolitical and economic scenario have impacted positively the India-Vietnam partnership. The economic reform programs of both countries and the global integration of our economies have opened numerous opportunities for mutually beneficial cooperation. We have upgraded our cooperation to strategic partnership based on commonality of interests and shared perceptions on global and regional developments. Our wide-ranging partnership encompasses cooperation in defense and security, trade and investment, education, IT, science and technology, agriculture, infrastructure, culture, academic exchanges, and capacity building. It is praiseworthy that since last year, Vietnam has shown clear signs of shaking off its recent economic problems. At a time when most of the emerging and developed markets are facing a slowdown, Vietnam's exports, credit growth, and broader economy are picking up, and the government is boosting confidence with steps towards revitalizing the economy. Noticeably, the benchmark VN index has gained 20% so far this year, and the GDP is expected to grow at a faster pace in the fourth quarter as compared to the first 3 quarters of this year. And we expect that the economy will grow at about 5.8% this year as compared to last year. Given the high consumer confidence, strong exports which grew 14.4% as compared to last year, expanding credit growth, lower interest rates, rising foreign investment, and remarkably low inflation of 5%, we expect Vietnam's economy to gain further momentum and grow at over 6.2% in 2015. Excellency, India's economy is already on the path of a sharp growth, as we expect the economy to grow at over 5.8% this year and close to 6.5% next year. The Make in India program of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is a path-breaking initiative. It is aimed at taking India several notches up to top 50 in the world as far as the ease of doing business is concerned, and transforming India into a center for excellence and manufacturing and services. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, India and Vietnam have a vast potential for cooperation, but much of it still remains untapped. While the bilateral trade has risen from $100 million in 1998 to over $6 billion last year, it's only 8% of India's trade with ASEAN. Knowing the two countries well, I am convinced that there is enough potential for our bilateral trade to exceed $20 billion by 2022, the year we celebrate 50 years of establishment of full diplomatic relations between the two countries. It might sound to be an optimistic target, but it is achievable, provided governments and business communities take initiatives to facilitate the process. Connectivity in terms of air, sea, and road are important. While direct flights between the two countries, which are starting shortly, will facilitate business and tourism, direct sea routes will shorten sailing time and help in reducing costs. The two governments may like to consider this and perhaps also consider providing road connectivity by extending the India-Myanmar-Thailand trilateral highway to Vietnam. Further, Exim Bank's offer of buyer's credit to finance project export from India and the Government of India's line of credit are extremely useful and should be made use of in areas that provide visibility. It's a positive sign that more than 100 Indian companies are now doing business in Vietnam through their representative offices and through their investment projects. At the same time, I feel that it is necessary for Vietnamese companies to also open offices in India and consider setting up joint venture projects with their Indian counterparts. Small and medium enterprises play a vital role in our economies, and we should take specific measures to promote cooperation between the SMEs of both countries and share experiences in their respective areas of expertise. Excellency, we are confident that your visit to India will go a long way in further strengthening the already close ties of friendship and cooperation between our two countries. Together, we have to forge stronger bonds for mutual benefit and take the centuries-old friendship between India and Vietnam to new heights, truly reflecting the love that exists between the two countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It is now my honor to invite Mr. Speesch Goel, the Minister for New and Renewable Energy, Power, Coal, the Government of India, to address us.
Thank you, Nosha. Your Excellency, Mr. Nguyen Tan Dung, Honorable Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, visiting ministers from Vietnam, ambassadors of both countries, the President of VCCI, Presidents of the three chambers, Naushad, Siddharth and Shantanu. I see an array of dignitaries before me. A very warm welcome to the Honorable Prime Minister, to the visiting dignitaries, to the visiting trade and business delegation, and all my colleagues. Thank you very much, and once again a very warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Minister, for your... I now have the honor to invite His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, to address us.
Thưa Ngài Bộ trưởng Năng lượng Ấn Độ, thay mặt chính phủ Ấn Độ, thưa các bạn Ấn Độ, Việt Nam thân mến, trước hết thay mặt chính phủ nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam, thay mặt đoàn đại biểu của chính phủ Việt Nam trong chuyến thăm chính thức cấp nhà nước của chính phủ Việt Nam đến Cộng hòa Ấn Độ lần này, trước hết chúng tôi đánh giá cao, hoan nghênh và rất cảm ơn ý kiến phát biểu rất là hữu nghị, rất là tốt đẹp của Ngài Bộ trưởng Bộ Năng lượng tái tạo Ấn Độ thay mặt chính phủ Ấn Độ tại diễn đàn hôm nay. Ý kiến phát biểu của Ngài Chủ tịch Hiệp hội Kinh doanh ASEAN Ấn Độ, rồi ý kiến phát biểu của Ngài Chủ tịch Hiệp hội các phòng thương mại công nghiệp Ấn Độ. Chúng tôi rất là hoan nghênh, cảm ơn những ý kiến phát biểu rất hay, rất hữu nghị của các bạn. Thay mặt chính phủ Việt Nam, thay mặt đoàn đại biểu của chính phủ Việt Nam, tôi xin chào mừng tất cả các quý vị, các bạn Ấn Độ, Việt Nam đã tham dự diễn đàn thương mại và đầu tư giữa Việt Nam, Ấn Độ. Một diễn đàn tôi cho rằng là rất có ý nghĩa hôm nay. Tôi đánh giá cao và cho đây là cơ hội rất tốt cho các doanh nghiệp và các đại diện của hai bên Việt Nam, Ấn Độ, hai nước chúng ta gặp gỡ, trao đổi những thông tin và những kinh nghiệm bổ ích về chính sách, về cơ hội đầu tư kinh doanh của cả hai nước Việt Nam, Ấn Độ, để hình thành các kết nối hợp tác cụ thể, góp phần thúc đẩy quan hệ hợp tác kinh tế, thương mại, đầu tư, du lịch và trên các lĩnh vực khác giữa Việt Nam và Ấn Độ.